Hello students, I am Dr. Kalpit Ganesh Mhatre, Assistant Professor in Botany at New Education Society's Arts, Commerce and Science College, Lanza, District Ratnagiri, Maharashtra. Today, I am going to discuss with you a very interested topic related with environmental botany, and the topic is known as Ecesis, a very interesting topic in environmental botany. So let's start with today's topic, Ecesis. First of all, before moving further, we should know little bit background about Ecesis, or it is known as the basis of Ecesis, and migration is considered as basis of Ecesis. Now, what is migration? Migration is movement of organisms from one place to another place, and that movement is called permanent movement. So shifting of organisms from one area to another area, and that shifting is permanent. So migration is considered as basis of Ecesis. For example, if we consider migration of people, then we can say that people migrate from one city to another city for the purpose of education, health facilities, job, and so many reasons are there. For example, I am migrated from Raigad district to Ratnagiri district for the purpose of my job, and now I will stay in this district forever. So this process is called as migration, shifting from one location to another location. And our today's topic, Ecesis, is the basis of migration, because migration results in Ecesis. Hence, we should know little bit about migration. Now we will continue with Ecesis. So what is Ecesis? Ecesis is a process of successful establishment of migrated plant species into the new area. We are students of botany, and hence we will see migration of plants from one area to another area, from one location to another location, and that migration of plants is called as ecesis. So ecesis is a process of successful establishment of migrated plant species into the new area. Here also, migration of plant species may have several reasons. Sometimes because of biotic factors, migration may takes place. For example, seeds of few plants can be carried out by wind and may be put in a totally new area. If seed has ability to germinate, then seed can germinate and growth and development will continue. So this process is called as ascesis, a process of successful establishment of migrated plant species into the new area. Or for example, I will explain this process in simple manner. Suppose we all students have decided to go to excursion to Nainital. You all know Nainital. And while roaming around the nature, we found few interested flowering plants, and we thought that we should carry the seeds and we should plant these seeds in our college garden. So what we will do? We will collect seeds of that plant from Nainital. We will bring seeds to Lanza, and we will plant seeds in our college garden. If the seed is having ability to germinate, the seed germination will take place, growth and development of plant will take place, and plant will survive in these climatic conditions of Maharashtra, because in Nainital climate is very cold, whereas in Maharashtra it is very hot. But if the seed which we brought from Nainital germinates here and growth development takes place, and the same tree produces flowers and seeds, then that tree is called as successful established tree. And this process of successful establishment of migrated plant species into the new area is called Ecesis, because Nainital is common local area for that plant, but Maharashtra Lanza is totally new area. Hence, this is called as Ecesis, a process of successful establishment of migrated plant species into the new area. Now, we will see details of this process known as Ecesis. So, steps of Ecesis. How the process of migration or Ecesis exactly conducted or exactly takes place. So, here a small mind map is given, you can see properly. The blue color is Ecesis, and the process of Ecesis takes place in four phases, and I have given 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the basis of Ecesis is migration, that is transfer of seed from one location to another, or transfer of plant material, plant twigs from one location to another location. So first, there should be migration. If migration is not there, then we cannot see the process of Ecesis. For Ecesis or successful establishment of plant species, migration is considered as first or primitive step. Migration results in shifting of seeds, plant parts from one location to another location. Second, germination. If the seed, plant parts such as twigs are capable of germination, then they will germinate in the new area where they have established. Third, after successful germination, they will start their growth and development, and that process is called as growth, which is third step in Ecesis. So first plant will migrate from one area to another area. If seed is there, then germination will take place. If plant part is there, then growth and development will take place. And successive growth and development will continue for 2 years, 4 years, 10 years, depending on the lifespan of that plant. And finally, the plant will go into adult stage, and it will start reproducing. It will show flowers, fruits, and it will disperse seed in the new location. So this process is successful establishment of migrated plant species, and it is known as Ecesis. And Ecesis is having four steps: migration, germination, growth and development, and finally reproduction by an adult plant. Now, what happens exactly after migration? We will go in details about what exactly happens after migration. So now you all know that Ecesis is successful establishment of plant species from one location to another location, and basically the another location is having totally different climatic conditions from the original location, and this entire process is called as Ecesis. Now in Ecesis, After the successful establishment of plant, these three things will happen. Again, one more mind map is there, and in this you can see first aggregation is there, second computation, and third stabilization and climax. So these are the three most important steps after migration or after successful establishment of plant into a new area. Now we will see all these three steps in details. So first is called as aggregation, and aggregation means coming together. Ecesis results in establishment of migrated plants in a new area. So many plants will migrate in a new area. After ecesis, as a result of growth and reproduction, the individuals of a species increases in number and they come close to each other. And this process is called as aggregation. As said earlier, the plant will grow in total new area, growth and development will take place, and finally adult plant will produce flowers, fruits and seeds. The seeds will be dispersed in nearby areas and those seeds will germinate into new individuals. So this process will continue for years and years. And as a result of subsequent germinations, what is going to happen? The individuals of a species will increase in their number, and because of this germination, they or those species will come close to each other. And this process of coming close to each other is called as aggregation. Aggregation increases population of migrated species in a new area because subsequent germinations would be there which will result in aggregation, and aggregation will increase population of migrated plant species. For example, one seed is migrated from one climatic conditions to another climatic conditions, or for example from Nainital to Lanza. The seed will germinate in these climatic conditions, growth and development will take place and plant will become adult. In adult phase, plant will produce flowers, fruits and seeds, and as a result of reactions, seeds will be dispersed in nearby areas or may carry by wind to another localities also. These seeds will again germinate, growth and development will take place, and again seeds or these germinated plants will become adult in a course of time. So one plant species or one migrated plant species will produce several species from their seeds, and this production of several species is known as aggregation, and aggregation results in increase of population of that migrated plant. Second, competition. Whenever there are so many species come to each other or come close with each other, there is competition because the space is limited, and in limited space there is always competition for nutrients or other environmental factors. As a result of reactions, changes will take place in soil, water, light and temperature because in a limited space so many plant species will be there, and as a result there will be changes in soil, water, light and temperature conditions. In a due course of time, more and more species will get added, and because of this, environment may become unsuitable for existing community and other communities also start growing. Further, The interactions results in joining of various animals to the community. So this is how different types of communities will form in a due course of time. And as a result, there would be high competition for getting nutrients from soil, water uptake, for getting solar radiation for photosynthesis and for maintenance of temperature. And because of these conditions, environment will become unsuitable for existing communities, and this will result in growth of another communities. Third is stabilization and climax. After several communities, the end product in Ecesis is climax community, which is not replaced further. Climax community means final community in ecology. That community will never be replaced by any other community. But still, the climax community may also be changed or replaced because of aging, storm, disease, and by other biotic and abiotic communities. Aging means if the lifespan of community gets over, that is called as aging. Or if high or huge storm is there, all the climax community present will be uprooted and will die in a due course of time. So whenever climax community is there, it can be replaced because of aging, storm, disease, or any other biotic as well as abiotic communities. This is all about successful establishment of migrated plant species from one location to another location, and it is called as Ecesis. Thanks a lot for watching the video.